I think we showed that we can sustain in the drives. I think when they had a big shot or something, that we stayed together, and that's what we practiced, staying together. So.
You and Gabe were really disruptive today. Like, what's that do for the defense when the two of you are in the backfield like that, or something like that?
I think it definitely just energizes the whole defense. Like when you're getting quarterback hits, like that brings energy. Getting TFLs, whatever, making plays. That's what we're supposed to do.
I know Aaron Henry was going through a difficult situation this week. How badly did you want to play like that for him?
Definitely. We want to pull through for Coach Henry. You know, it's hard times, but we got to pull through for him.
How excited are you guys going into Nebraska, your first away game of the season?
Definitely excited. We're going to prepare for them like we prepare for any other game, but definitely excited to play them.
Seth, you've been here a while, and now you're 3-0 for the first time. How's that feel for you?
Great. Yeah, I've been for a while. Like it's first time in a long time that we've been 3-0, and I'm excited to see what we do for the rest of the season.
Did you guys talk about that going into the year? We got to get through this non-conference part like that, or was not the topic?
No, we play every game. Want to know every week.
How quickly are you guys going to move on from the Central game and start Nebraska prep?
As soon as Sunday's over, we're going to flush it, watch it, flush it, and then we're on to Nebraska.
How critical was it for this defense when they got in the red zone to force field goals and kind of bend but don't break?
Yeah, definitely. It's big. It's big. Like we don't want any touchdowns. Like we want 0 points in general, but we don't want any touchdowns at all.
Seth, definitely more pressure on the quarterback today. A little more time spent in the offensive backfield. Was there something you guys saw, in the film of Central Michigan where you thought you had an opportunity to put a little more pressure on the quarterback?
Yeah, definitely. We've been working pass rush all week, trying to beat those tackles. So it from going from practice to the game, like it showed.
What does Illinois football show in these first 3 games, do you think?
That we're just a tough-nosed team. Like we're gonna have an edge every game we're out there. So we practice having that edge. Like that's something that we focus on, having that edge and keep building that edge.
Where's that come from? That edge?
Different from everyone. Like Cruz said it. We had a talk. We had a team meeting. Cruz talked about the edge, and from then on, we've just been keeping that same edge. We're trying to build on it each and every game.
When T-Rod is in the backfield like that, he seems like he's added a lot of pass rush value.
Right.
What's that do for that defensive front?
Definitely. Hey, as many people in the backfield as possible. Love it. I love it from T-Rod. He's taken big steps from spring to here, so I'm proud to see what he's doing.
How key is that position? If we've seen Calvin or Denzel, right?
Yeah.
Like how key is that position kind of making that front work?
It's definitely a position that doesn't get the most love, but we see it, and we love him for it every time.
We've heard about this defense playing with an edge, but I mean, practically, what does that look like day in and day out?
Just trying to be and physically impose yourself on the next person. And that's what we try to do. Be a tough, gritty team. Tough, smart, dependable.
What do you feel like this defense has been able to have this start that you guys have had this year?
Just trying to do a lot of turnovers, like making the plays inside the defense. That's what Coach Henry focuses on, and that's what we've been trying to do.
What's been the biggest difference from last year to this year? Have you seen anything kind of like a switch? Like, has something switched in the defense? Is there anything that's been different?
I try not to look back on last year. I try to learn from the bad things, and that's about it. But other than that, it's a new year. We're a new defense, and that's what we're trying to produce new things.
Coach B talks a lot about routine. What does that routine kind of look like for you throughout the week, and how do you handle that?
Definitely just practicing hard, watching film. Like that's what taking that from practicing hard, taking it to the game. That's the finishing product.
Your position relative to the D-line is sometimes to the left, sometimes to the right. I guess what's behind that, and what do you see in that new spot every time? Sometimes you'll line up to the left of the D-line or the right of the D-line. Switches around sometimes. I guess what's behind that, and what do you see when that happens, when that switch happens?
Behind it, I'm confused.
Sometimes you're lining up on either side of the D-line.
Yeah.
What's behind that? Like, what motivates that? Like, what do you see?
Why are you doing that?
Why am I doing it? I guess it's just the play. Like it's the play. Just the scheme we run.
Seth,